Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Beth Farnsworth.
And I'm CJ Ward. You may think your elected officials are sometimes difficult to reach, but that's not always the case.
And News Channel's John Palminteri joins us now live. And John, one political leader is spending several days this week doing special outreach.
Well, 40 years ago, as an aide to then Assemblyman Jack O'Connell, Greg Hart, who's the current Assembly member, got to see what was called and what was very popular sidewalk card table hours. Now, as the seated Assemblyman, Hart is bringing back something similar.
But thank you for bringing this to my attention and everything. And I've heard from other people this is a serious concern.
Out of the office and on the streets, Assembly member Greg Hart has been holding sidewalk hours to hear from the public one-on-one. A postcard mailer went out to thousands of people in multiple cities within the last 2 weeks.
And I thought, I'm going to be there that day. It's a wonderful idea.
We've had overflow crowds from Nipomo to Guadalupe, Santa Maria, Solvang, Buellton, everywhere we've been. And I just think this is a really important thing. It's something that I did as a staff member to Assemblyman Jack O'Connell 40 years ago when I worked with him. But thank you for coming today. It's really a pleasure to meet you.
It didn't take long before those showing up one by one brought up their issues. The recent soaring insurance costs in high fire areas was one of the hot topics.
It's a problem.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're a renter in a home up in the hills, the owner's going to up your rent by half.
And then medical concerns on many levels, including overall care and housing for doctors.
Because the cost of housing here is so high that doctors can't afford to stay here. They can't afford to buy homes, which is what they, ultimately they want to do.
While some of the issues have been the same across the district, including the rising cost of housing, the Assembly member says there have certainly been some specific issues to the different locations he's visited with these outreach sidewalk hours.
In Nipomo, there was concerns about a major housing development that's going in, and folks wanted to make sure that the environmental review process was robust. We've had conversations just about everywhere about housing. That's very top of mind.
Not everyone got instant help.
So I don't have a good answer for you that solves the problem.
But many will get an answer from Hart and his staff, and their contact information, along with notes about the meeting, were written down.
We get together after these meetings and debrief and talk about the issues and the questions that people have asked, make sure they get the answers and the information about the state legislation or the state programs that they're interested in.
I think it's terrific, and everyone's so nice. No one's jumping ahead of each other. It's lovely.
We got a lot of people to say hi to.
This was one of 3 stops in one day, and it took place outside of Santa Barbara City Hall.
Thank you for coming by and making me aware of these things. Of course. And thanks for your work, too.
And this was certainly the right time to do this here in the heart of summer because the Assembly up in Sacramento is not in session and all the Assembly members are back in their districts. A good time to hit the ground, hit all their locations, and meet one-on-one with their constituents. Reporting live in downtown Santa Barbara this evening, I'm News Channel reporter John Palminteri.
Thanks for that, John. And larger crowds are gathering tonight up the coast. The gates are open tonight at the Mid-State Fair.